Okay, wait. I already have to take a detour, even though I'd love to just continue on in Isaiah. But I realized when I found the sixth seal language in chapter 2 that I should have gone backwards from there to line up 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's look together. Seal 1. Is there speak of a misleading or a false church conquering, like the Catholics? At chapter 2, in verse 6, where I put my yoga warning in the last video. A huge false religion that has been in my warning dreams is definitely Islam from the East. Witchcraft is definitely right up there as well. And when I mentioned child trafficking, I wasn't even thinking of Dagon, the Philistine god, and the blood sacrifices needed. For the next seal, I remember we were mentioning the Freemasons' funding. Well, in our next verse, we see the land is filled with riches. We even see war riches of horses and chariots. When we heard the older gentleman's testimony, he made it very clear that people join for the money and prestige. Okay, the third seal was the unjust scales and domination with Baphomet, his union of opposites, and pervasive duality. Well, there's our idol worship right there. An invented, man-made, false god. Seal 4 was the death, hell, and the Holocaust. Talk about being humbled or brought low. Remember, they were devoured, crushed, trampled, beaten, dragged, abased, abandoned, degraded, and dishonored. And after those days, the martyrdom continued and spread. In the fifth seal, the dead souls were crying out to the Lord to avenge them. Do not forgive them, Father. This is our time of waiting. But then the Ancient of Days will come, and judgment will be passed. This is right where we're at. The time of the Gentiles is coming to an end. I was thinking about this while driving yesterday. Like, why does it matter where the rapture is located in the Bible? Well, just for the simple truth of being ready. Be humble. Pray you're counted worthy of escape. Let's take away the confusion of having our lamps lit, having the oil of the Holy Spirit, and being washed in the water of His Word. Be dressed in the new man, the new creation in Him, always putting off the old one. Work your salvation out with a reverent fear of the Lord, not being afraid of what man can do. This verse was in my mind. Proverbs 24. If you are slack in the day of distress, your strength is limited. Deliver those who are being taken away to death, and those who are staggering to slaughter. Hold them back. When the sixth seal hits, when the sky does whatever it's going to do, Christians should be able to answer to the confusion and help if we have any time before the quick snatching. What if it's not a super secret thing, out of the complete blue like we've been taught? What if there is even a minuscule amount of time where we can tell our nephew's wife not to turn back to get her coat? We fail to think it comes as destruction from the Almighty. It comes at the same time as war in heaven. It comes with great turmoil, like a woman in travail. Everything lines up. Be ready. Be ready. Do not fear. What if this is what we were supposed to know so simply, but with all the elaborate timelines, we freak out too like God left us? He who tries to save his life will lose it, but he who is willing to lose his life will gain it. What are we as Christians supposed to look like in that great and terrible day, that day of caverns and bunkers? Many of us have had dreams that we are standing out in the fields, separate from the games of this world, set apart. Please just look into it. I was corrected too. My Calvary Chapel churches, when I was young, taught me plain old pre-trib, where they were forced to overlap the seals with the trumpets before the bowls. But that made no sense to my young brain, so I called myself mid-trib. Then the Lord got a hold of me and started correcting me and cross-referencing me. Please stay correctable, even if you think you're right. I could still be wrong, but He keeps showing me more and more things like this. The seals in order, again, before the sixth seal and heaven. Error on the side of caution. I know it's hard, but it's worth it. Be ready.